Moments ago, the House of Representatives did pass President Trump's broad tax and spending bill. The vote was 215 to 214, one lawmaker voting president, two Republicans voting no. The measure now moves on to the Senate, but it's going to be a couple of months, a month and a half anyway. Joining us now, Congressman Mike Lawler from New York. And Congressman, it's good to have you on. You tired? Sleepy? Father,
just a little bit.
Stuff in your eye. Are you happy? Are you happy with the one of your priorities was the SALT cap? You happy with the way it finally ended up? Would you like more, or you'll take it?
Look, negotiations are always hard fought, and obviously you're never going to get everything you want in a bill. But this is significant progress when it comes to lifting the cap on salt, a quadrupling, a 300% increase from the current $10,000 cap, going up to $40,000 for individuals making $500,000 or less. And then it would phase out back down to $10,000 for those individuals making roughly above $620,000. There will be a 1% growth per year over 9 years, and then this would, then go flat at that level in the 10th year and beyond. So this is a big increase, especially for New York, for districts like mine, where I represent 3 counties that are in the top 16 highest property tax counties in America. And obviously, New York has a very high tax burden between state income and property taxes. And so this is providing tax relief to the middle class. You look at other provisions within the bill, the doubling of the standard deduction, the expanded child tax credit, business deductions. This is vital to really kickstart our economy and give folks certainty in the marketplace. So I think this was a big step forward. Obviously, it's on to the Senate. They're going to have, I'm sure, some thoughts on provisions within the bill, and then we'll negotiate a final bill for passage. But this was a big step forward in getting this bill passed.
Are you going to hear criticism that it was still a giveaway to the wealthy? Because I don't see how that doesn't hold up to scrutiny in the slightest when it's the way that you just described it. And it really is. It's cops, as you say, cops, firefighters, teachers, nurses. It's people that can benefit from the cap there. The wealthy people aren't going to benefit from a $40,000 cap that then goes away.
Well, the great irony, Joe, is many of my Democratic colleagues were demanding unlimited. They were screaming and yelling that we didn't get a good enough deal on SALT. But the reality is unlimited would really only benefit the uber wealthy and the billionaires and millionaires. So, frankly, they're hypocritical. And I would remind everybody, when Democrats had complete control, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, they failed to deliver on lifting the cap on salt. Not $1 more increase, zero, zilch, nada. So the fact is, we delivered on something. This is a big promise that I made to my district, that I would fight tooth and nail, and I would never support a tax bill that didn't adequately lift the cap on salt, and that's what we delivered here today.
There's also, from the other side, criticism that it gives the blue states the green light for more spending and profligate spending again.
Well, we can all agree New York, California are horribly run by terrible governors. In fact, Kathy Hochul is the worst governor in America. New York's spending is reckless. There's no doubt about it. We have the highest tax burden, the worst business climate, and we lead the nation in outmigration for a reason. But New Yorkers should not be unfairly penalized with double taxation. And the fact is, the cap on salt was put in place to provide a pay-for other provisions of the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, including doubling the standard deduction. That doubling of the standard deduction provided real relief across the country to many families. That was paid for at the expense of New York and California and other high-tax states, both of which are donor states. We send more money to the federal government in tax revenue than we receive back in spending by the federal government. So this is about fairness. This is about making sure that our taxpayers across the country, by the way, Texas has high property taxes. 29 states over the last 7 years have blown through the $10,000 cap. So this is critical for everyone. And again, the cap at $40,000 provides by putting a cap at $40,000 provides a pay for other provisions of the tax bill, including, again, the doubling of the standard deduction. So to me, this is a good deal for everyone, and it is, again, about fairness.
There was a chance. You got, Republicans are in the driver's seat, and Republicans had a chance to do something real with Medicaid. And there are critics that say, once again, they folded. And whether it was the president with some of his comments yesterday, I mean, you got to 2026, I guess, for the work requirements, but all the other things that critics say that Medicaid is totally abused, or the system is gamed, or that it unfairly advantages able-bodied, working-age individuals at the expense of pregnant women and disability. None of that was taken care of. And we're told that, we needed to extend the tax cuts. As long as we do that, we don't really need to worry about seriously tackling some of the spending. Isn't that fair criticism?
No, I don't think so. I think obviously if you listen to the if you listen to the Democrats, they'll say that we, cut everything. The fact is,
but you got to ignore that.
Over the next decade, of course, but over the next decade, you're spending $86 trillion projected. And we're talking about $1.5 trillion in savings. That's about 1.7% of the total spend. You're not going to right-size the federal government in one bill, but we are bending the curve and starting to really put in place serious reforms. When you talk about Medicaid, it is a means-tested program, and we want to make sure that it is protected for the most vulnerable, including the IDD community, seniors, children, single mothers, while cracking down on the waste, fraud, and abuse. And so what this bill does is that it speeds up eligibility verification from an annual basis to a semi-annual basis. The Biden administration loosened the rules, allowing people who were no longer eligible to remain on the program. We have citizenship verification to stop illegal immigrants from collecting benefits. You look at New York, $1.2 billion being spent on illegal immigrants on Medicaid. And then, of course, work requirements. Work requirements are something that, frankly, Democrats championed in the past. Bill Clinton was a big proponent of it. The fact is, if you are an able-bodied adult without dependents, you should be trying to work. You should be trying to go to school. You should be volunteering. There are many factors at play here, but the objective of any means-tested program is to provide a hand up. And we want people to be able to, yes, have health care protections while getting into the workforce. And that is something that, broadly speaking, Americans support. And so these are critical reforms, and they will take effect and really start to bend the curve a little bit on the expansion of Medicaid, the rate of growth, if you will.